Game 2 of the Little General Holiday Classic here on Saturday afternoon features Morgantown and Washington. The Mohigans 3-0 on the season, Washington 2-0. Good afternoon, Dave Wilson with you. Morgantown last night made a statement with a big win over Huntington, 65-49. Morgantown came out and blitzed the Highlanders in the third quarter of that game, outscoring Huntington 24-5 in the third period. And that game never in doubt from that point forward. Morgantown getting big nights from Marty Johnson, Waylon Callistra, Brady Savage, Max Fry, all in double figures. Callistra led the way. Big night. He had a double-double, 12 points and 10 rebounds in the win for the Mohigans. Washington got the win over University yesterday, 65-49. University trailed that entire game, had some moments where it tried to get back into it, but every time the Hawks would get close, Washington would shut the door. Chris Dolman faced the Patriots with 17 points in the win over University. Also, Keon Proctor had 13 points, and the big man down low, George Welty, had 13 in the win over University. Morgantown and Washington coming up in a couple of minutes. Had a good one in Game 1 today. University and Huntington in our first game of the day went into double overtime. That's why we're a little bit behind schedule. But it was worth it as University would come back to win in double overtime. The final in that ball game, 83-80. University led by 11 at halftime. Huntington stormed back in the third quarter on a 13-4 run. It raised the deficit, took the lead late in regulation, late in the fourth quarter. A Luke Byer three from straight away tied the game at 67. University's defense forced overtime. Did not allow Huntington to get a good look at a shot to end the ball game. Didn't allow Huntington to get a good look at a shot in the first overtime, but in the second, it was Glenn Brown spinning to his right and taking it to the rim. He made the bucket, got the foul, made the and one, made it a three-point game with just seconds left. Huntington would get a final chance with a couple of seconds on the clock, inbounding from right beside its own bench, tossed it in, but it was not meant to be. University with a big early season win over the Highlanders, 83-80 in double overtime in our first game of the day. This is Game 2. Game 3 will be a girls matchup between Morgantown and Spring Mills. The Mohigans girls looking to bounce back after a disappointing effort on the road at Wheeling Park earlier this week. That game, the Mohigans were without one of their top starters, Sadea Jones. She missed that ball game with Wheeling Park earlier this week. Morgantown and Washington getting set to go. The Mohigans, the three-time defending Class 4A champs, taking on Washington, an upstart team, 10-11 last year, and off to a 2-0 start this season. It would be a big road win for Washington to come into town and knock off the champs, but very few have been able to do that over the last 5 years or so. In fact, I don't think anybody has. Morgantown and Washington getting ready to do battle here in the Little General Holiday Classic. Starting lineups and tip-offs straight ahead. Well, just one tip-off. It's all straight ahead here as we continue with the Little General Holiday Classic. We're back right after this.
They're not the biggest, but with over 100 locations across West Virginia, chances are there's a Little General store near you. With brand name gas and food you know and trust, and an assortment of snacks and comforts that make you feel at home wherever you are. So as you make your way to family dinners and football games around the fire, wherever your destination, we'll get you home for the holidays.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's Toyotathon! Now over $6,000 off 2024 Tundras. So start your new year off with a new Toyota. Merry Christmas from Dan Calvin Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop Thorod.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there? At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have. No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
Our big winter sale is on now, so come cozy up to these great deals. Come check out our large selection of GMC Canyons for you to choose from. Dan Cava, GMC in Bridgeport. Shop Thorod!
Back at the Rowdy Center, getting ready for Washington and Morgantown. Starting lineups first for the visiting Washington Patriots. It'll be the sophomore Chris Dolman. Had 17 points in the win over University last night. Josiah King, a transfer from Martinsburg, started last year as a freshman. He had 7 points in the win over University. Also, senior wing DJ Boardley, transfer from Spring Mills, was a leading scorer last year, 9 points in the win over University. Keon Proctor, a senior, had 13 last night. And the big man, 6'8" center George Welty, rounds out the starting five for the Washington Patriots under second-year head coach Ryan Miller. Dolman, King, Boardley, Proctor, and Welty, the starting five for Washington. For Morgantown, Mohigans picked up the win last night over Huntington. Max Fry finished the night with 8 points in the win over the Highlanders. DeMarcus Bandy had 6 points, a couple of threes in the second half last night in the win. Marty Johnson, the senior, 10 points, finished in double figures, 8 of those coming in the second half. Brady Savage, the senior, and a force on the inside. Savage finished with 11 points, or I beg your pardon, finished with 8 points, kept quiet mostly in the second half of last night's game. And Waylon Callistra, who had the big day against Huntington last night with 20 points, rounds out the starting five for veteran head coach Dave Tallman. Tallman, in his 11th season, over 300 career wins, more than 200 of those coming here at Morgantown. Fry, Bandy, Johnson, Waylon Callistra, and Savage, the starting five for the Mohigans. Dave Wilson with you. Ethan Collins back at WAJR Control. Thanks for listening in on WAJR this afternoon. And if you are tuned into the video stream, appreciate that as well on the Metro News TV app, WVMetroNewsTV.com today. Morgantown still trying to figure itself out a little bit. Had to replace several key players from last year's team, including Sharon Young, of course, Jay Shrewsbury, Izzy Everett, Jacob King. But right now, Morgantown, one thing you can guarantee with the Mohigans, no matter where you're going to get the offense from, you're going to get defense. And scoring is never going to come easy against a Dave Tallman team. It never has in his 11 seasons with the Mohigans. Morgantown in the home whites again today, trimmed out in royal blue. Washington in road red uniforms today, trimmed out in navy blue and gray. Game 2 here on Saturday afternoon of the Little General Holiday Classic. Callistra at midcourt with Welty. It'll be the Mohigans controlling the tip, moving right to left. Marty Johnson running point for Morgantown. Mohigans working around the outside. Johnson takes the handoff on the right wing, gets a screen from Savage. Will take it down the left of the lane and get a whistle and a foul on the drive. Fouls on DJ Boardley. He picks up his first. Try to trigger the sophomore on the baseline for the Mohigans. Get it into Johnson in the corner, and he'll slide up near the top of the key. Over to Fry. Fry down on the near side baseline. Hops to the left of the lane. Fires it to Callistra. Callistra up with the right hand. Lays it in. And Morgantown on the board first, 2-0. Dolman will walk it across the timeline for Washington. High ball screen from Welty, sliding right. Now back to the near side from the elbow. Gives it up to Proctor, and we got a foul on the near sideline. Marty Johnson whistled for his first personal. Team's first. Johnson got into early foul trouble yesterday, and that limited his availability. On the near sideline, it's Proctor. Working back in between the circles. Finds Bordley. And now King from the top of the circle, spinning to his left, middle of the lane, floats it with the left hand, lays it in. King with a layup. We're tied at 2. Opening minutes of game 2 this afternoon. Bandy from the right wing. Morgantown sends it around the perimeter. Callistra now on the left wing. Fry, top of the key. With some help from Savage. Fry going to take it. Drive. Had the dribble poked out from behind. It'll go off of Max Fry. And out of bounds back to Washington. Dolman will walk it up the floor. 17 points in the win last night. Dribble drive, baseline. Bounce it into the corner. Dolman gets a look at the three. Pops it and nails it. Washington with a 5-2 lead. High screen from Callistra. Bandy trying to answer. Three-pointer off the front of the rim, no good. Fry tracks down the offensive rebound. Bump right to the elbow. And the foul on DJ Bordley. That is his second. That'll send Bordley to the bench immediately. Avori Brown into the ball game. A sophomore will replace Bordley on the court. Marty Johnson to inbound from the right of the baseline. Gets it into Callistra, trying to fight through the 6'8 Welty, and Welty will win that battle. Blocks the shot, takes the basketball away. Coleman. Dolman from the top of the key. Kicks it left side, finds Proctor in the corner. Back out it comes to King in between the circles. King sets up on the right wing, dribbles in, middle of the lane, shot short. Savage there to snag it out of the air for the Mohigans. Johnson will trot up the near sideline and now walk back out toward midcourt. Looks to Dave Tallman for instructions and goes to work. Bandy deep on the right wing. Finds Callistra at the top of the key. Feeds it to Johnson at the elbow. Shot blocked. Johnson got it back. Working down the left of the lane. Fight for the ball, and Proctor nearly stole it, but he dribbled on the baseline. Basketball stays on Morgantown's end of the court. Washington coming out aggressive here to start this game. Johnson, left of the baseline, lobs it into Bandy. Bandy at the free throw line. Now down the lane, scoop with the right hand, off the window and good. 5-4, Washington leads early. Bandy with his first bucket of the day. King moving far side. Now drives on the baseline, missed the shot, threw it over top of everything. Johnson snatches it for Morgantown. Feed Fry down in the corner. Fry, baseline drive, left side, good. Max Fry with a layup gives Morgantown the lead, 6-5. 4.5 minutes to play, first quarter. Morgantown and Washington. Dolman walks it up the right side of the court, and a bump foul on Marty Johnson. He just picked up his second already. Dave Tallman, his face about as red as that M at midcourt. Did not like the call on Johnson, who has to take a seat with 2 fouls, and Dave Tallman gets teed up. That's our third technical of the day. Well, Joe Schmidl got teed up. Lambros Svingos got teed up. And now Dave Tallman gets teed up, and we're not even 4 minutes into this game. He was not happy with that foul call on Marty Johnson. I could hear him all the way up here saying, how could you call that? So Chris Dolman steps to the free throw line, shooting a couple of technical free throws and makes the first. Second free throw, good. So Dolman has 5, and Washington has the lead 7-6. Dave Tallman will be confined to the bench for the rest of the ball game. So Washington basketball after the technical shots. 4:24 to go first quarter. It's been an eventful opening 4 minutes. On the left side, Dolman. Now to King in between the circles. Hands back to Dolman on the left wing. Dolman moves left. King in the corner. King pull-up jumper. Left elbow. 15-footer. No good. Rebound tipped. Slammed to the ground. Savage fighting. Ball still loose. Still loose on the ground. And finally a whistle. Foul's going to be on Washington's Keon Proctor, his first, team's third. Ball was like a greased hog, just slipping out of everybody's hands. 7-6, Washington with the early lead halfway through the first quarter. Ridgway into the ball game, dribbles it right off his leg and out of bounds. Back to the Patriots for the 1-point lead, 3:48 first quarter. King, running point, bounces down to a cutting Brown, who has his shot rejected by the Mohigans. Now back the other way, Bandy leading the attack. Bandy's Euro step through to the rim and lays it in. Bandy with 4, Morgantown back in front, 8-7 with 3:25 to go first quarter. Dolman deliberately brings the ball across midcourt. He's picked up by Ridgway there. Now Dolman drives the lane at the elbow, kicks it outside, bring it back to King at the top of the key. Watkins into the ball game for Washington. Right of the key. Hands off for King. Out on the right wing. King working on Savage, now picked up by Callistra. Bounces back outside, sent it around to Watkins, and the Morgantown bench cheering the defensive effort. King skips it into the corner. 3 on the way, good. Brown with the 3 puts Washington back in front, 10-8. Fry at the right elbow, kicks outside. Ridgway for 3 in the lead. Too strong, bricked it off the left side. And Washington will grab the rebound and go back the other way with 2.5 to go in the first quarter. Dolman working him one-on-one on Callistra. Drives the left side of the lane. Scoop with the right hand, blocked by Callistra, taken by Bandy. Morgantown with numbers. Fry coming off the right side. Dish to Savage, lays it home. Savage ties it at 10. Give Fry an assist. 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. King, left of the key, bounces right side. Get it to Watkins, out on the wing. Watkins, dribble drive into the block. Cut off by Savage. Has to kick it back out for Brown. Now into the corner. Proctor fires up a 3. Misses strong. Rebound tipped. Saved from going out of bounds by King. Throws it into the front court. And grabbed by Dolman. 1:40 to go first quarter. Dolman angles in off the left. Shot no good. Ball loose. Picked up by Bandy. Morgantown in transition. Bandy leading the charge. Spinning at the top of the key. Shoves it inside for Callistra. Lets one man fly by and he lays it home. 12-10 Mohigans. 1:20 to play in the opening quarter. Welty getting ready to check back into the ball game for Washington. On the left side, Dolman gives up the dribble. King comes out to help him near the top of the key. Fire it back to Dolman. Gets an open look at a 3. Takes the shot. Hits the front of the rim. Savage goes up for the Morgantown rebound. Savage running the floor. Finds Ridgway and says, why don't you do this, young man? Now Ridgway from in between the rings, and illegal screen set by Brady Savage. And he's whistled for his first personal, team's third. Savage will take a seat. And into the game is Camden Kellogg for the Mohigans. 47 seconds remain in the first quarter. 12-10, Morgantown with the lead on Washington. Dolman across the timeline. One hands it to the right side. They'll feed it to Welty, who checked back in at that last pause. Welty spinning to his left, misses off the back of the iron. Ridgway in amongst the trees, grabbing the rebound. Nearly lost it as he was falling down, able to throw it away to Kellogg and save the possession. 22 seconds remain in the quarter. Morgantown playing for the final shot of the opening period. Kellogg over to Ridgway and now Callistra. 10 seconds on the clock. Ridgway being harassed and fouled. Brown picks up his first personal, team's fourth. 6.6 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Bandy just to the right of the Washington bench. Fires it in, gets it to Ridgway, over to Fry. 4 seconds on the clock. Fry deep outside. Kellogg head fake, throws it up off the glass and no good. And the first quarter comes to an end. An eventful first quarter, back and forth between Morgantown and Washington. 8 minutes in the books. Morgantown 12. Washington 10. Back to the Rowdy Center in a moment. This is the Little General Holiday Classic.
They're not the biggest, but with over 100 locations across West Virginia, chances are there's a Little General store near you. With brand name gas and food you know and trust, and an assortment of snacks and comforts that make you feel at home wherever you are. So as you make your way to family dinners and football games around the fire, wherever your destination, we'll get you home for the holidays.
Historically, joint replacement surgery required an extended hospital stay of 3 to 5 days or more. But now with our improved techniques, it can be done as a same-day surgery. You get home sooner, you're more comfortable at home. I got into medicine to help people. Then with joint replacement surgery, I can see immediate results, eliminating a patient's joint pain and really changing their life. At W Medicine, we're able to get people back to living their lives.
It was an eventful first quarter. Morgantown leads Washington 12-10. Teams going back and forth. Mohigans coach Dave Tallman teed up within the first 4 minutes of the ball game. And we got a good one here early. 12-10, Morgantown leading Washington in game 2 of 3 here in the Little General Holiday Classic today. It'll be Washington ball coming out of the timeout. Dolman, Proctor, King, Brown, and Thompson on the floor, and Washington turns it over on its first possession of the second quarter. Bandy, Ridgway, Callistra, Kellogg, and Fry out of the break for the Mohigans. Ridgway dribbling over in the front court, finds Bandy on the right wing. Bandy up top of the key to Callistra. He looks left, back to the right for Ridgway. Ridgway feeds to Callistra, off the block, power dribble to the rim, spins off the front of the rim, no good. Ridgway tracks down the loose ball, kick it out, Fry, 3, too short. Rebound tip, Fry grabs another opportunity for the Mohigans, and a foul called on Washington deep in the corner on Avery Brown, his second. Team's first. Ridgway will inbound, baseline, right of his own basket. Holds the ball over his head, fires into Fry. Fry puts the shoulder down, hops to the rim, and is fouled. Will go to the free throw line and shoot 2. Proctor picking up his second. So Max Fry to the free throw line. He was in double figures last night with 10. He's been off to a good start this season. 24 against Lindsley, 18 against Brook, and he makes the first of 2 free throws. Watkins and Welty report back in for Washington. Second free throw on its way and bounces through. 14-10, Morgantown with the lead, 7:13 second quarter. Dolman, the sophomore, brings it across midcourt, and he will sprint over to the far side, right in front of the Morgantown bench. Pulls up, left elbow extended, rattles in and out, no good. Bandy up to get the Morgantown rebound. He'll underhand ahead to Fry, back to Bandy at the top of the key. Bandy sees a lane, takes it, drives to the rim. Finger roll, the left hand is good. 16-10 Mohigans. 6:45 to play in the first half. Bounce it right side for Dolman. Dolman puts it on the floor with the left hand, takes it into the paint, kick out to Watkins, quickly covered up by Bandy. Watkins moves to his right, gets help from King. Now King starts to drive, spinning to his left, down the left of the lane, no good. Bandy grabs another rebound. He'll outlet ahead to Kellogg. Kellogg drives it down the floor. Kick outside. Ridgway, right corner three, you betcha. Colin Ridgway from outside, and Morgantown with a flurry of points, prompting a timeout for Washington head coach Ryan Miller. 32nd timeout with 6:15 to go here in the first half. Morgantown on an 11-0 run here. Washington took the lead 10-8, and now Morgantown leads this game 19-10. Kellogg on the assist, kicks it out. Ridgway wide open for that three in the corner. Gives Morgantown a 19-10 lead. Mohigans. Some new names in the lineup as every year. Max Fry got experience last year as a freshman. Ridgway, just a sophomore. Kellogg, a junior. Callistra, a junior. Got a lot of playing time last year as a sophomore on that very experienced state championship team. It's a 19-10. Mohigans on an 11-0 run. Washington trying to stop the bleeding with that timeout. King, right down the center of the court, lobs it over to Dolman in front of the Morgantown bench. Dolman goes right, spins left down the lane, kicks to King on the baseline. King fights his way to the lane, fakes right, goes left, and is fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot two. The foul is on Camden Kellogg, his first, and the team's first. Josiah King at the free throw line. 7 points last night, one field goal so far today. And his first free throw hits the front of the rim, the back, and rolls in. Chet Gore enters the lineup for the first time today. Second free throw from the lefty, good. And that snaps the Morgantown 11-0 run. 19-12, Morgantown with the lead. 5:45 to go in the first half. Savage finds Fry in the near corner. He'll get it back to Johnson, who just checked back in, as did Brady Savage. Savage in the middle of the lane, over to Fry, left corner three, rattles home. And Morgantown has opened up a 10-point lead, 22-12. 5:27 to play first half. Dolman moving right, nearly had it stolen. Kellogg got a hand on the pass. King able to keep it, though. Feed Dolman in the corner. Far side. Outlets to Watkins. Watkins one dribble, gives it up, needs help, gets it from King. Patriots looking for an opportunity to try to take it into the paint. Morgantown not giving it to him. 5 minutes to go here in the first half, and a foul called on Ridgway as he came down on the wrist of Chris Dolman. Ridgway's first, team second. Patriots will trigger from the left of the baseline. Dolman looking over the defense, gets it in. Gore fires a three, airballs it. Fry grabs it for the Mohigans. Morgantown with numbers. Kellogg coming off the left side at the rim. Fouled, goes to the line to shoot two. He's going up against Josiah King. King got him in the air with the body. First on King, third on Washington, and Camden Kellogg will head to the free throw line. Kellogg sinks his first of two. Bandy back in for the Mohigans. He'll replace Max Fry in the lineup. DJ Boardley re-enters for Washington and will give Dolman his first break of the ball game. Cam Kellogg's second free throw good, 2 for 2. The lead is 12 for Morgantown, 24-12. 4:50 to play first half. King running point with Dolman over on the bench. King, they got pushed from behind, lost his balance and the basketball. Johnson comes up with the turnover for the Mohigans. Johnson from the left elbow whips it outside. Three from the right wing off the front of the rim, no good. Welty snares the rebound for Washington. Now Washington Out in front, pull up from the right elbow. Good by DJ Boardley. First bucket of the day for Boardley. Mohigans by 10. Johnson for 3. Yes, sir. Marty Johnson from the right wing. Mohigans by 13, 27-14. Boardley down the right of the lane, traveled. Give it back to the Mohigans. Kellogg out, and Waylon Calestra back into the ball game. Four minutes and a second remaining in the first half. Morgantown has opened up a 13-point lead. Marty Johnson brings it up across midcourt, right across the Block M logo here at the Rowdy Center. Working one-on-one with Watkins and a bumping foul. Watkins picks up his first. 4 team fouls now on Washington here in the quarter, 2 on Morgantown. Bandy will inbound on the near baseline, right in front of where the student section would be. There are a few students here today. It is technically Christmas weekend, with Christmas falling in the middle of the week this year. Johnson spinning to his right, sees an opening, takes the opening down the lane, behind his head, lays it in. 29-14, Morgantown. From the top of the key, driving down the lane, Boardley with the right-hander, good. 29-16, Morgantown with the lead, 3:10 to go in the first half. Johnson, deep on the right wing. Gives it up for Savage, back to Johnson. He'll pull the trigger on the 3. Left it short, rebound Ridgway. Ridgway, fade away, good. 31-16, Mohigans in the lead. Left side, Boardley brings it between the circles. One hands it over to the right side for Watkins. Now back top of the key to King. King working his way through the paint to the rim with the right hand, lays it in. King with 6 here in the first half, but Morgantown leads by 13, 31-18, 2:20 to go. Bandy on the far side in front of the Washington bench, goes to his right, drives the rim, right-hander rolls off. Savage offensive rebound, stick back good. (33-18) Morgantown. 2 minutes to go in the first half. King shoves it left side. Boardley out of the top of the arc, slings it into the corner. 3 on the way, rattles in and out, no good. Offensive rebound, Watkins. His shot blocked by Savage. Bandy tracks down the loose ball. Morgantown tosses it up the floor. Savage, right of the lane, fouled. That'll be on King, his second, 5th team foul. And Brady Savage will walk to the free throw line. Johnson to the bench. And checking in for Morgantown is Max Fry. Changes for Washington. Proctor checks into the game. Also Michael Thompson. Savage at the line shooting 2. First free throw up and good. Savage, second free throw, high arcing shot, bounces off the cylinder this time. 34-18. Minute 38 to go in the first half. On the drive, Dolman, right block, no good. And there's Savage to grab the rebound. He'll fire it up the floor to Ridgway. Ridgway dribbles it into the middle of the court. At the free throw line, spinning right down the right of the lane, off the window and in. Ridgway with 7. 36-18. Morgantown with the lead. Doubling up Washington now late in the second quarter. Dolman on the right wing, kicks top of the key. Proctor for 3, too strong. Rebound tipped to Ridgway. Ridgway lobs it up the floor to Fry. Over on the far side of the court, back to Ridgway, into the corner to Fry. He'll enter for Savage. Savage under the basket, goes up off the window. Callistra flies in to clean it up for the Mohigans. Callistra with 6. And Morgantown has jumped out to a 20-point lead. 38-18, under a minute to go here in the second quarter. Dolman takes it to the baseline, floats it with the right hand, no good. Savage flips it up to Bandy. Here goes Bandy coming off the right side by the defender and in. Bandy with 8. 40-18. Morgantown has exploded here in the second quarter. Pull up from the free throw line, and a foul going to be called on Waylon Callistra. Callistra whistled for his first personal, just the team's third. This was a 2-point ball game at the end of the first quarter. And Bordley makes his first of 2. Kellogg back in as Callistra will head to the bench for the final 22 seconds of the first half. Second free throw rattles in and out. Rebound off of Savage, goes out of bounds and will stay with Washington. Nope, beg your pardon, went off Welty. So Morgantown will get a chance for the final shot of the first half. Colin Ridgway, the sophomore, with 7 points here in the first half, brings it across the timeline, and Dave Tallman emphatically asks for the timeout. 11.8 seconds remaining. We'll step aside for 60 seconds. Back for the final shot in a moment. This is the Little General Classic. Back after this.
The efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
We have the skill set internally to take almost any project from a concept all the way through to completion. We don't manufacture widgets. We do things that make a huge impact to society, so we take what we do very, very seriously. There's a great sense of satisfaction and accomplishment that you really contributed to society, really did your part to make where you are from a better place than it was before you came there.
Final 11.8 seconds of the first half. Morgantown with the basketball, trying to add to a 40-19 lead. Ridgway gets the inbounds pass. 8 seconds to go. Fry drives right of the lane. Over to Savage. Savage has a defender go over his back, and he'll head to the free throw line. Got the look they wanted. Able to work it to Brady Savage on the left block, and he'll head to the free throw line to shoot 2. Proctor picks up his third personal with 4.3 left on the clock. Savage misses his first free throw. Thompson back into the game for Washington. Savage, one more free throw attempt, misses this one as well. Thompson tips the rebound to himself. 2 seconds left. Dolman from half court, travel before he could get the final shot of the half off. And Morgantown will head to the locker room leading by 21. It was a 2-point game at the end of the first quarter, but Morgantown outscores Washington 28-9 in the second period and takes a 21-point lead into the break. Halftime at the Rowdy Center, Morgantown 40, Washington 19. We're back to Morgantown High right after this.
Have dreams.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
For more than 125 years, West Virginia State University has been educating generations of students who have gone on to change the world.
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have. No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
They're not the biggest, but with over 100 locations across West Virginia, chances are there's a little general store near you. With brand name gas and food you know and trust, and an assortment of snacks and comforts that make you feel at home wherever you are. So as you make your way to family dinners and football games around the fire, wherever your destination, we'll get you home for the holidays.
We have the skill set internally to take almost any project from a concept all the way through to completion. We don't manufacture widgets. We do things that make a huge impact to society, so we take what we do very, very seriously. There's a great sense of satisfaction and accomplishment that you really contributed to society, really did your part to make where you are from a better place than it was before you came there.
Morgantown, at some point, will go on a run. Might happen in the first quarter, might happen in the second, might happen later in the ball game. Today, it happened in between the first and second quarters. With the game, a 2-point lead for Washington, 10-8. Morgantown went on an 11-0 run, made it 19-10, and the Mohigans have not looked back since. Morgantown outscores Washington 28-9 in the second quarter and leads this game by 21 points, 40-19. And Morgantown just gets on this roll. You can see this happen game after game. A couple of turnovers, a couple of missed shots. It's the defense that creates the offense. Some big shots in that first half. Max Fry hits the three, Marty Johnson three, Ridgway's corner three. But more than that, Morgantown able to work the ball down into Brady Savage, Waylon Callistra, and DeMarcus Bandy has been able to take advantage of some driving opportunities, and they have driven their way to a 40-19 lead here at the break. Again, go back to that 11-0 run in between the end of the first quarter and start of the second that sparked the Morgantown second quarter, where the Mohigans outscore Washington 28-9. 40-19, Morgantown leads it at the break. We'll go through some of the individual numbers when we return right after this.
The efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Our big winter sale is on now, so come cozy up to these great deals. Come check out our large selection of GMC Canyons for you to choose from. Dan Cava, GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world!
We have the skill set internally to take almost any project from a concept all the way through to completion. We don't manufacture widgets. We do things that make a huge impact to society, so we take what we do very, very seriously. There's a great sense of satisfaction and accomplishment that you really contributed to society, really did your part to make where you are from a better place than it was before you came there.
Historically, joint replacement surgery required an extended hospital stay of 3 to 5 days or more, but now with our improved techniques, it can be done as a same-day surgery. You get home sooner, you're more comfortable at home. I got into medicine to help people. Then with joint replacement surgery, I can see immediate results eliminating a patient's joint pain and really changing their life. At WV Medicine, we're able to get people back to living their lives.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's Toyotathon! $3,000 off all new Sequoias. So start your new year off with a new Toyota. Merry Christmas from Dan Cabot Toyota World in Fairmont. Drop the world!
At the break, Morgantown leads Washington 40-19. The scoring is pretty evenly distributed for the Mohigans in the first half. Colin Ridgway, Max Fry, DeMarcus Bandy, everybody's just about in the same area. DeMarcus Bandy leads the way with 8 points. Fry has 7 with a 3. Ridgway has 7 with a 3. Waylon Callistra has 6 points. Brady Savage has 5. Marty Johnson has 5. And Cam Kellogg is 2 for 2 at the free throw line. For Washington, also pretty evenly distributed scoring, just not nearly enough in that first half. Josiah King has 6 points. DJ Bordley has 5. Chris Dolman has 5, including a 3. And Avery Brown has a 3-pointer for Washington. That's all the scoring for the Patriots in the first half. This is game 2 of 3 today. Our third game of the day coming up in just a little bit will be girls basketball. Morgantown taking on Spring Mills. Mohigans girls basketball team looking to bounce back after a road loss at Wheeling Park, falling to the rivals at the Palace on the Hill earlier this week. First game of the day was a dandy. Morgantown High playing host to University and Huntington. The Hawks come back to beat Huntington 83-80 in double overtime. A drive by Glenn Brown to the rim proved to be the game-winning bucket, and free throw to give the Hawks the 3-point win over the Highlanders. Second half coming up. Morgantown with a comfy 40-19 lead over Washington. Second half right after this.
They're not the biggest, but with over 100 locations across West Virginia, chances are there's a little general store near you. With brand name gas and food you know and trust, and an assortment of snacks and comforts that make you feel at home wherever you are. So as you make your way to family dinners and football games around the fire, wherever your destination, we'll get you home for the holidays.
Historically, joint replacement surgery required an extended hospital stay of 3 to 5 days or more, but now with our improved techniques, it can be done as a same-day surgery. You get home sooner, you're more comfortable at home. I got into medicine to help people. Then with joint replacement surgery, I can see immediate results, eliminating a patient's joint pain and really changing their life. At W Medicine, we're able to get people back to living their lives.
Just about ready for the start of the second half. Morgantown with a comfortable 40-19 lead. Dave Wilson with you here on WAJR, the Metro News TV app. Ethan Collins at WAJR Control this afternoon. One more game to go after this one. Girls basketball, Morgantown versus Spring Mills. Exclusive video streaming coverage on the Metro News TV app and WVMetroNewsTV.com. Marty Johnson, Max Fry, Brady Savage, DeMarcus Bandy, and Waylon Callistra to start the second half for the Mohigans. It'll be Chris Dolman, Josiah King, Jaquel Watkins, George Welty, and DJ Bordley for Washington. It'll be Mohigan basketball to start the third. Marty Johnson in the home white uniforms for the Mohigans, controlling the point for Morgantown. Gives to Bandy. On the right wing, Fry, top of the key, back to Bandy. out on the near wing. Bandy calling for a little bit of help. Doesn't take the screen. Now uses the screen a little bit from Savage. Work it over into the corner. Callistra thought about catch and shoot, but he didn't handle the pass. Spinning, left elbow. Bandy fading away. Good. Bandy into double figures with 10 points today, and Morgantown increases its lead 42-19. Far sideline. King works it to the baseline, gets to Welty, but he's way out there too high for Welty. King stepping to his right, fires to Welty, cutting the basket, pass deflected, stolen by the Mohigans. Bandy gets run over. Now Bandy out on the wing, finds Savage, left side baseline, spinning to his right. Savage can't get the shot to fall. Callistra gets the offensive rebound, works it back outside. Bandy, left wing three, no, off the side of the rim. Watkins there for Washington. King gives to Dolman. Dolman drives right side of the lane. Shot swatted away by Fry, but a foul called on the Mohigans. The block was good, but Callistra, or I beg your pardon, Savage did not have proper position. He's whistled for his second personal. That'll put Chris Dolman at the free throw line. He is 2 for 2 at the line today. 5 points for the Washington sophomore. First free throw up and good. Dolman's second free throw. Got them both. Perfect at the line today. 42-21. Morgantown in control with 6.5 to go here in the third quarter. Fry deep on the left wing, bounces back to Johnson, now over to Fry. He'll take the deep three. Shot too strong. Savage offensive rebound, back outside to Johnson. He'll pop the left-handed three, and it goes in. Marty Johnson with 8. Couple of threes today. 45-21. Morgantown with the lead. Bordley whips it into the middle of the lane for Welty, and a foul drawn will send Welty to the free throw line. Well, there were 3 Mohigans in the vicinity. Who did they get? I believe it was Callistra. Just a second on Waylon Callistra, his second, and team foul number 2 on the Mohigans. So the big 6'8" George Welty goes to the free throw line. Eyes it up and swishes it home. So far for Washington, scoring has come at the free throw line here early in the third quarter. Welty's second free throw rattles in and out, no good. 45-22, Morgantown in the lead, under 6 to go in the third quarter. Johnson in between the circles. Couple of dribbles to his right, gets it to Bandy out on the right wing, now top of the key for Fry. Callistra out on the left wing, Morgantown working around the Washington defense. Now fire it into Callistra on the right block, working on Welty. Took a power dribble, lost it, stolen by Watkins. Washington trying to make an opportunity off the turnover. Bounce it outside, Watkins, right wing three, short. Welty gets the offensive rebound. He's in there amongst 4 Mohigans, fights his way up with the right hand and lays it in. First field goal for George Welty today. (45-24), Morgantown in front. 5 minutes to play, third quarter. Savage on the near sideline. Poked out of his hands by King, out of bounds off Washington. Mohigans lob it into play. Johnson working on the right side. One hands it over to Fry. Fry pulls up, long three off the side of the rim, no good. Just a bit too far for Max Fry. King going to take it coast to coast. Shot blocked by the Mohigans. Now Morgantown with the advantage. Johnson taking it down the floor. He'll curl back and allow the rest of the offense to catch up to him. Johnson one-on-one on Watkins. Takes it all the way to the baseline. Throws it away. Looking for Bandy cutting right. Bandy was going left. Had Max Fry and Waylon Callistra there defensively a moment ago. Again, Morgantown's defense has always been its bread and butter. Watkins, left corner, three, got a good look at it, rims in and out, no good. Loose ball, Johnson down on the floor. Now Savage and Watkins get tied up, and the possession arrow is going to keep it on the Washington end of the floor. Welty out, Thompson in for second-year head coach Ryan Miller. Dolman, left of the baseline, looking, bounces it in for King on the right block. King moves to his left, up with the left hand, short. Johnson comes away with it. He'll heave it down the floor for Savage. Savage, 2 steps, lays it in. Savage with 7. Morgantown leading it, 47-24. Under 4 to go, third quarter. Basketball poked away, another turnover by the Mohigans. Bounce it up the floor to Callistra. Callistra, right hand off the glass and good. Callistra has 8. 49-24 Mohigans. Lead out to 25, biggest of the day. Dolman curls around, kick outside. 3 from Watkins short, but Dolman's there to grab the rebound for Washington. They'll sling it near side. King gets an open look. King with the 3. And a timeout called by Washington. Full timeout taken by the Patriots, so we'll take one with them. 3:24 to go, third quarter. Morgantown 49, Washington 27. This is the Little General Classic. Back after this.
Our big winter sale is on now, so come cozy up to these great deals. Come check out our large selection of GMC Canyons for you to choose from. Dan Cava, GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world!
They're not the biggest, but with over 100 locations across West Virginia, chances are there's a little general store near you. With brand name gas and food you know and trust, and an assortment of snacks and comforts that make you feel at home wherever you are. So as you make your way to family dinners and football games around the fire, wherever your destination, we'll get you home for the holidays.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's Toyotathon! $3,000 off all new Sequoias. So start your new year off with a new Toyota. Merry Christmas from Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world!
Morgantown with a 22-point lead, 3:24 to go. Third quarter, 49-27. Mohigans on top of Washington. Marty Johnson, running point for the Mohigans, finds Bandy on the right elbow. Bandy one dribble down the right of the lane. Wraparound pass to Savage, who lays it in. Savage with 9. Bandy having a nice day. 10 points, give him another assist. 51-27 Mohigans. Right corner, Proctor open for the 3, no good. Long rebound out to Proctor. They get it to Thompson at the free throw line, back out. Dolman straight away 3, too strong. And the rebound going to go out of bounds off of Washington. And Morgantown will take a 30-second timeout. Game 1 today was a dandy. University and Huntington needed 2 overtimes to settle that one. It was the Hawks prevailing 83-80 in double overtime. Glenn Brown, late with time winding down in the second overtime, drove to the hole, got the layup and the foul, made his and one opportunity to give University a 3-point lead. Huntington had a chance, though. Able to work the ball up the floor, get the timeout, inbounding with 2 seconds left. Could not get a good look at the basket, and University with a nice win going into Christmas with an 83-80 double overtime victory over Huntington earlier today. Mohigans leading this one 51-27, 2 minutes, 48 seconds to play in the third quarter of our second game today. Girls basketball coming up a little bit later on this afternoon. Marty Johnson on point for the Mohigans, in between the circles. Hands off to Cam Kellogg. Back to Johnson, fired to Savage on the right elbow, trying to enter in for Fry, but it's stolen by Washington. King leads the attack down the floor for the Patriots. Finds Dolman, wide open look at a three, missed everything, air ball, tracked down by Kellogg. Johnson, no look pass right side, Bandy in the corner, drives to the hole, Bandy to the rim, yes sir, count it. And send DeMarcus Bandy to the free throw line for an and one. Fouls on Michael Thompson, that is his first personal, team's first foul. And DeMarcus Bandy to the free throw line for an old three-point play. George Welty checks back in. He will replace Thompson in the lineup. DeMarcus Bandy missed all of last season with a knee injury. Makes the free throw. He has 13 today. 54-27. Morgantown doubling up Washington with 2 minutes to go here in the third. Contested three from the right side. No good. Rebound swatted down. Dolman will come up with it. Dolman will go to the rim for two. Dolman with 9. 54-29. Morgantown in front. Johnson, top of the key. Finds Ridgeway. Now back to Johnson. Johnson starts to drive, kick out for Kellogg on the left wing. Finds Bandy in the far corner. Baseline drive, left side, back out. Johnson, three, left of the key, no good. Long rebound out to Kellogg. Kellogg started in, cut off by Dolman. Marty Johnson will back into the front court and regroup with 1:25 to go in the third quarter. High ball screen from Savage. Over to Kellogg on the right wing. Head fake, he drives it into the lane. Wraparound pass to Bandy, fouled, and he will go to the line. Morgantown just continues to probe and look for its opportunities, and Bandy goes to the free throw line again. Fouls on Brown, his third. Team foul number 2. Bandy back at the free throw line where he just made one a moment ago. This one rattles around and falls. Waylon Callistra back in, and Brady Savage will get a breather. Bandy's second free throw, much less eventful. Bandy has 15, and Morgantown leads at 56-29. Minute to go here in the third quarter. Out on the right side, King moves around top of the key. Gives way for Brown. Over to Proctor and back to Dolman. Dolman right elbow extended, dribbled it off his foot. Bandy's going to pick it up. Bandy on the breakaway, off the right block, lays it in. DeMarcus Bandy with 17 points today. And Morgantown is cruising, 58-29. King across the timeline. Hands off to Dolman. Dolman shoves it over into the far corner for Proctor. Proctor to King. King at the top of the key. Step back, bumped by Johnson. Over to the right side. Brown heaves up a three. Nowhere close. It will go out of bounds. Back to the Mohigans with 19 seconds to play in the third quarter. Max Fry back in the lineup. And DeMarcus Bandy gets a hand as he heads to the sidelines with 17 points in this one. 19 seconds to play. Third quarter. 58-29. Johnson across the timeline. Looking inside, pass deflected, loose ball on the near side. Tie up, Johnson just rips it away. Now Johnson sets up three at the buzzer. Rims in and out, no good. And we go to the fourth quarter. Mohigans in command. Morgantown 58, Washington 29. Back for the fourth quarter in a moment.
They're not the biggest, but with over 100 locations across West Virginia, chances are there's a little general store near you. With brand name gas and food you know and trust, and an assortment of snacks and comforts that make you feel at home wherever you are. So as you make your way to family dinners and football games around the fire, wherever your destination, we'll get you home for the holidays.
Historically, joint replacement surgery required an extended hospital stay of 3 to 5 days or more, but now with our improved techniques, it can be done as a same-day surgery. You get home sooner, you're more comfortable at home. I got into medicine to help people. Then with joint replacement surgery, I can see immediate results eliminating a patient's joint pain and really changing their life. At W Medicine, we're able to get people back to living their lives.
Wheeling Park's terrible. Preston beat them last night. Yeah, that's what Dave Gebbia said. Did I say Dave Gebbia? Mike Gebbia. Mike Gebbia? Those teams down there they're never as disciplined and as good as people think they are. Back at the Rowdy Center, and Morgantown wasting no time. Callistra off a rebound, gets another bucket, and it's 60-29. All Morgantown in this one. Outside, three coming from Boardley off the mark. Grabs his own rebound, hops through a couple of defenders to the rim, right-handed, no good. And Bandy snags the rebound for the Mohigans. They'll fire it up the floor to Savage. Coming off the right side, offensive foul. And the charge assessed to Brady Savage. And we got a Washington defender shaken up. That's Chet Gore, the 6'5" junior. And I think he got the worst end of that charge on Brady Savage. Well, this Mohegan team so far passing the early season tests. Of course, Huntington a little shorthanded. They've got a couple of key players out, including Tavion Wilson, who did not play yesterday or today. But a big January schedule coming up for Morgantown after the Christmas break. Some of the key games ahead for the Mohigans at Martinsburg, at Parkersburg South, as Chet Gore gets a round of applause from the fans. He took the charge, then Savage came down and stepped on a foot there as they got twisted up and Gore went down. But Morgantown's schedule: at Martinsburg, at Parkersburg South, Spring Mills here, and then you have your rivals University and Wheeling Park. Now, Wheeling Park is down this year, no doubt about that. But a challenging January schedule. Then you start talking about OVAC semifinals and finals, and before you know it, you're talking about sectionals again. Well, you're not talking about sectionals this year, are you? There are no sectionals. Work it inside. Washington down on the baseline. Dolman nearly threw it away. Now a loose ball and a tie-up out near midcourt. And the jump ball will stay with Washington. Gore, after being shaken up, back into the game, will replace George Welty, the 6'8" senior. Lob it into the backcourt. Boardley. They'll bring it up across the Morgantown logo. Boardley with a little bit of an opening, takes it, floats it with the right hand, and lays it home. 60-31, 6.5 to go in this one. Morgantown looking to move to 4-0 on the season. Johnson hands off to Bandy. Bandy, little head fake, back to Johnson. Alley-oop, and Fry could not connect. He got the bench to stand up, all but Dave Tallman. He's not allowed to be up. He got teed up early in this ball game. Morgantown more conventionally works it down inside. Nice passing to find Brady Savage off the right block for his 11th points of the ball game. Washington over to the right side. Finds Boardley. Now Gore, top of the key. Cut off by Johnson on a drive attempt. Watkins hands to King out on the left wing. King, crossover dribble, step back, takes the three, top of the key, no good. Callistra gets another rebound. On up the floor to DeMarcus Bandy. Bandy, no-look pass to Savage, and Savage to the rim, lays it home. 13 for Brady Savage. Bandy with another assist. He's having an outstanding day. Morgantown 64, Washington 31, and a foul called on Morgantown. Johnson called for the blocking foul. Much to the chagrin of the Mohegan faithful. And a lot of guys coming into the game now for Washington. Lesdeo Machado into the game for the first time. Sean McCarthy into the game. Michael Thompson into the game. Ryan Miller just unloaded the bench. McCarthy out on the right wing, hands to Machado. Right elbow extended. Machado loses the dribble, gets the steal by Johnson. There goes Fry. Fry kicks in the corner. Bandy for three. Rims up and drops down. Bandy with 20. All Mohegans today, 67-31. Over to the right side, Proctor, the only starter left in the game. Brown, one of the few regulars still in. Flip it over to the right side. Thompson off the block, lays it in for his first field goal. 5 minutes to play, all Morgantown. Fry for three off the left side, too long. Savage there to grab the rebound for the Mohegans. Bandy skip it over to Fry. On the far side in front of the Morgantown bench. Morgantown just killing some clock right at the moment. Johnson, top of the key, over to Max Fry, deep on the left wing. Now Johnson, step back, straight away, three off the right of the rim. Fry grabs the offensive rebound off his foot, out of bounds, and to Washington. Substitutions for the Mohegans, Brady Savage and Max Fry will exit. Colin Ridgway and Cam Kellogg enter. 4.5 minutes to go, 67-33, all Mohegans today. Chandler Cox brings the ball up the floor for Washington. McCarthy out on the left wing, dribbles right. Brings it back to the near side for Brown. Brown lobs it across the court, stolen by Kellogg. Kellogg brings it down the floor, gives to Bandy, deep three. Bandy's short off the front of the rim. He was standing on the M in Mohegans over on the far side of the court. Just a bit too deep. Under 4 to go. Morgantown 67, Washington 33. Cox, top of the key. Sends it right side for Proctor. Proctor fires underneath for Cox, and it's out of bounds. And back to the Mohegans. Akir Johnson checking in. And now Dave Tallman preparing to empty the bench. So Dusenberry checks in. Akir Johnson checks in. And the last guy standing for Morgantown is Marty Johnson right at the moment. Jalen Dusenberry into the game. Top of the key. Ridgway sees the three. Off the front of the rim, no good. A rebound grabbed by Washington's Sean McCarthy. 3:26 to go. Morgantown going to move to 4-0 today. Sliding left, Machado on the left wing. Around the outside, three right wing McCarthy, too strong. And a foul on the rebound attempt. Did they get the hold or the push? Yeah, they got the push. Ridgway picks up his second, team's third. And there goes Marty Johnson. His day is done. He will check out. Johnson will finish with 8 points, couple of threes today, as Arlo Callistra enters the ball game for the Mohegans. So you've got, I beg your pardon, that's Blaze Callistra, 33, not 23. 3 minutes to go. Morgantown firmly in control. Just got to set the final in this one. Ridgway near the top of the key. Over to Kellogg, and Dave Tallman says, spread the floor, boys. Get the screen from Johnson. Kellogg can't manage the dribble, goes out of bounds. Back to Washington with 2:42 to go. More substitutions for the Patriots. Landon Schutz checking into the ball game, as is Ben Hale, and Avery Brown back in as well. 2:40 to play. Both sides unloading the bench today. Machado out on the right wing. Washington works it around the perimeter. Find Hale. Now driving. Brown to the free throw line. Finds Machado. Machado spinning. Fadeaway shot off the rim. No good. And there's Johnson to grab the rebound. 2:12 to play. Ridgway from in between the circles as Dave Tallman peers down his bench to see if there's anybody left that needs to get into the ball game. Johnson whips it into the corner. Ridgway, corner three. No. The rebound grabbed by Callistra. Shot to the rim. That's Dusenberry. No good. And Washington will clear it, send it the other way, under 2 to play. Schutz thought about a three, kicks it right. McCarthy will take the three. No. And Ridgway there to grab the rebound with 1:40 to go. All Morgantown 67-33. Off the left side, that's Blaze Callistra. He gives to Kellogg, and Kellogg's bumped and fouled. And a couple of more guys will check in for Morgantown. Kai Hinkins and Sam Fry. They'll replace Kellogg and Ridgway in the lineup, and I believe that's everybody for Morgantown. Taj Hairston into the game, a freshman for Washington. 90 seconds to finish this one. Morgantown 67, Washington 33. Akir Johnson zips it up to the top of the key. That's Hinkins. Now Johnson down low, back to Hinkins, straight away three. Got a good look, too short. The rebound tracked down by Washington. 1:14 to go. One minute remaining. Washington feeds it underneath to Hairston. Hairston up with the right hand. Won't go, and a whistle and a foul on a fight for the loose ball. Fouls on Morgantown's Dusenberry. Fourth team foul. First on Jalen Dusenberry. Girls action coming up next. Morgantown facing Spring Mills. Exclusive video streaming coverage over WVMetroNewsTV.com and the Metro News TV app. Hairston will send it into play. Under a minute to go. Morgantown going to move to 4-0 in the season with another blowout victory here early on in this 24-25 campaign. Off the right side, Machado slings it into the far corner for Hairston. Hairston angles in. Layup good, and will go to the free throw line. Fouls on Blaze Callistra. His first 15 foul. So Hairston with an and one opportunity. And one, too strong. Morgantown grabs the rebound, 40 seconds to play. Up across the timeline, Callistra works it to Hinkins. Hinkins bounces around the right side, and Morgantown kicks it out. Dusenberry, three, no good. Pardon me, that was Arlo Callistra. Step back, Machado takes the three and buries it from the right wing. Ten, 9, 8, and the final seconds will tick off the clock. Morgantown explodes in the second quarter and put this game away by halftime. Final score, Morgantown 67, Washington 38. We're back to wrap it up from the Little General Holiday Classic right after this.
They're not the biggest, but with over 100 locations across West Virginia, chances are there's a Little General store near you. With brand name gas and food you know and trust, and an assortment of snacks and comforts that make you feel at home wherever you are. So as you make your way to family dinners and football games around the fire, wherever your destination, we'll get you home for the holidays.
Historically, joint replacement surgery required an extended hospital stay of 3 to 5 days or more, but now with our improved techniques, it can be done as a same-day surgery. You get home sooner, you're more comfortable at home. I got into medicine to help people. Then with joint replacement surgery, I can see immediate results, eliminating a patient's joint pain and really changing their life. At W Medicine, we're able to get people back to living their lives.
(67-38) the final. Morgantown defeats Washington. The turning point in this game came in between the first and second quarters. Morgantown goes on an 11-0 run, then outscores Washington 28-9 in the second, and it was never close after that. Morgantown cruises to the victory. DeMarcus Bandy has a good day. Actually had a great day. 20 points to lead the Mohigans, several assists and rebounds to go along with that. Brady Savage has 13. Waylon Calistro with 10 rounds out the double-digit scoring for the Mohigans. That was followed by Colin Ridgway and Max Fry. They each had 7 points. Marty Johnson with 8, and Cam Kellogg finishes with 2. For Washington, offense was tough to come by, as is usually the case against Morgantown. Dolman and King finished with 9 points apiece. DJ Bordley had 7, followed by George Welty with 4 points. Machado hit a 3 in the fourth quarter. Avery Brown had a 3 in the ball game. Michael Thompson had 2 points as well. Washington now 2-1 on the season. Morgantown moves to 4-0. Coming up next, we'll have girls basketball over on the Metro News TV app and WVMetroNewsTV.com. Morgantown versus Spring Mills. If you're listening on WAJR, going to kick it to college football playoff action, first round coverage from ESPN Radio. Once again, final score: Morgantown 67, Washington 38. This is the Little General Classic, Little General Holiday Classic. Thanks for watching.